What's up, Adorama fans? Cooper Naitove here again, and today we're going to do a quick overview of Sigma's new revised version of the FP, the FPL. I had a location scouting trip to Georgia coming up, so I figured I would take the FP down and test it out in a couple of different build options. Before we jump into what's new about the FPL, I want to do a quick overview about all the features that this still shares with the original Sigma FP. This camera shares the same all aluminum body as the original FP with the same 1/4-20 mount screws on either side. That means if you've already bought an FP and have cage or other accessories, they'll all fit no problem. The FPL also used the same L-mount lens mount found on the original Sigma FP. That means any of your L-mount lenses from Sigma, Panasonic, or Leica will all fit. Should you want to use a different type of glass though, Sigma offers both an EF and a PL mount adapter. Because the FPL is so tiny, it's the perfect gimbal camera. It'll even let you control camera settings straight from most gimbals. All you directors out there are really gonna love the built-in director's viewfinder function. When using the FPL as a director's viewfinder, you can actually simulate a wide range of cinema video cameras. Another great feature that this camera shares with the original FP is the ability to create in-body cinemagraphs. I prefer doing them on my computer, so I haven't really played around with this much yet, but I can't wait to see what you guys make with them. Shooting in low light situations? No problem. The FPL has the same dual base ISO of 100 and 3200. Probably the most important feature that the FP and the FPL share is the ability to record RAW. And if you're looking to record RAW, there's a couple different options. First, you can record straight to the card 8-bit Cinema DNG. If you want to record 12-bit Cinema DNG, you can just record straight to an external USB-C drive. Just like the FP, the FPL supports recording external RAW to a recorder from either Blackmagic or Atmos. If you're really interested in its RAW capabilities and want to learn more, check out my original video I've made of the FP. You can find the link to it in the description below. If you're not looking to shoot RAW though, the FPL is capable of shooting 4K up to 2997 and 1080 all the way up to 120 frames a second. In my last overview of the FP, I really focused on how it worked as a fully built out ProRes RAW recording cinema camera. In this one though, I'm going to focus more on its photo capabilities. Sigma has included a laundry list of new features in the FPL, most notably of which is the all new back illuminated full frame 61 megapixel sensor. 61 megapixels is great for getting super high resolution images, but what it also allows for is a new feature that Sigma calls crop zoom. Since both the top and the back wheels are fully customizable, I decided to add crop zoom to the top wheel. Basically what it means is you can punch in digitally up to 5 times on the camera sensor. Even at its furthest zoom, you'll still get a full HD 1920 by 1080 image. As I've said in some of my other videos, I don't love shooting with primes, and that's because moments happen fast and you don't always have enough time to switch lenses and still get to capture the shot. Even with something really wide like a 24mm, crop zoom allows me to punch in and grab a portrait or something far away. Sure, you could have taken it anyway and just recomposed in post, but I really like the ability to actually compose my shot while I'm taking it. Another thing I've said in some of my past reviews is that the best camera isn't necessarily the most expensive, but the one you have with you. And for me, the biggest factor in whether I carry a camera with me or not is weight. At just 370 grams, the FPL is the smallest and lightest full-frame camera in the world. Because of its super small size and this new crop zoom function, I figured my first test would be totally pared down with just the body and this equally tiny 24mm Sigma I-series lens. Honestly, I really love this setup. It was just so small. When I wasn't shooting with it, I barely even noticed I had it with me. At just 1.3 pounds, this thing is truly a featherweight. Another new feature of the FPL is its all-new phase and contrast detecting autofocus. It's totally silent and super fast, and I never really noticed the camera searching for focus. Something I've never seen before in a camera before I tried this FPL was the ability to save and share camera settings. Just like the FP, inside the FPL there's loads of different color settings that you can fine-tune using the tone correction. Once you've got the look exactly how you want it, you can save it in the camera as a QR code. You can either then use the screenshot function or Download it to your computer like normal and save it to your phone. That way, if you ever want to use this style in the future, you can just pull up the QR code on your phone, take a picture of it on the FPL, and you're good to go. I found this super interesting for a couple reasons. The first is that it allows FP owners to share custom settings with each other. In fact, I've actually created a couple custom settings of my own, and they're available to download right in the link at the bottom. The other time I think this function will be super useful is on multicam film sets. Not only can you easily link multiple FPLs together using timecode, but now you can make sure that they're all set to the same settings with this QR code function. This will be a huge time saver on set, and you'll never have to worry about any of your cameras being accidentally set on different settings. Sigma realizes that the lack of a viewfinder was an issue for some, so they've actually released this new EVF11 electronic viewfinder. So for my next test, I spent the next couple days using the electronic viewfinder and the optional hand grip. While it definitely upped the bulk factor a little bit, I really did like using the viewfinder. Just like with the FP, the FPL screen doesn't articulate at all, so the fact that you can actually flip the viewfinder up was super helpful for those low angle shots. The Sigma FPL is truly the best modular do-it-all camera I've ever come across. It's great for stills, great for video, and I really can't find a downside. If I had to pick any downside, its boxy ergonomics leave a little bit to be desired, but its super high performance and any sort of photo or video setting make it not even matter. That's been a quick overview of the Sigma FPL and the EVF11 viewfinder. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Have a good one.